Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Real Hazardous. Today it's been pretty rough, but we're out here in the Gulf, transitioning more to the Gulf because it's not as rough in the Gulf as it is in the Atlantic. Partially I think it's because it's shallower. Probably a big factor is the land is kind of shielding us from the wind, so all that makes it a more pleasant fishing experience out here. The only thing that's going to make this more pleasant is if fish show up. So thankfully a follower suggested we fish here. Thank you, Debbie. We're going to give this a try and hopefully catch a bunch of mangrove snappers. So pretty excited to see what happens. It's in the evening, pretty chill, nice and calm, relaxing. See if we can't catch some fish. Hey guys, let me walk you through what we're doing today. Today we're using spinning tackle. I've got a mix of rods that we've assembled over the years through various sources such as Craigslist and the new one from Strike Zone Fishing, a local place in Florida where I live by. But anyways, this is a Shimano something or another. Spiros. This is a Spiros 3000 SW3000 XG. It's nice, and we got an ugly stick Shakespeare rod. But the good thing about yellowtail fishing is, it's a simple fishery. Whatever rods you have, you could probably make use. I think what the key is to whatever line you're using, give it a good stealthy top shot when you're in the Florida Keys. These aren't the huge mangroves. We get some big ones up in North Florida. They're huge. These are, more like this, anywhere from keeper size, which is 10 inches, 15, 16, maybe 18. But for that, we use light fluoro, like 12-pound test fluoro. And I've got probably about 10 to 15 feet of top shot. And I've got a very small hook. Most people wouldn't want this hook. Wouldn't think to use it. They use a much bigger one, but I'm talking a number 8 Gamakatsu hook. Not an 8/0, a number 8, which is very small. So that's all there is to it. Pretty much I got braid on here because I use this for other fishing, inshore for trout and redfish and stuff like that. And I just put that top shot, tied it on, small hook. And that's pretty much all there is to yellowtail and mangrove fishing in the Florida Keys, real light rod. Sometimes if the fish are kind of deep, I'll put a sliding sinker above this. I'll put a swivel to stop it so my bait's fluttering back there. But that's another good trick too. But otherwise it's a very simple setup. We've got our chum bag out. Give it a minute to do its thing, attract fish. Homegrown chum, but you can buy a Menhaden or Pogie chum block and put it out as well. We're just going to do that, and then I'm going to start putting pieces of squid. We've got shrimp. You can use chunks of your chum, cut bait, whatever. Small piece, kind of similar to the size chum that's floating back there. And then we're just going to let it drift freely. We're not going to pull it. We're not going to, whatever. It's just going to look very natural. It's going to mimic the chum floating back. Fish on. I've got the outdoor
little Mangrove. They will bite you too, guys. Just because they can. He really can try to get me.
So she was saying they'll just find the sand patches and anchor in them and catch fish.
Fish on. Fish on. And it is another swallowing mangrove.
Alrighty guys, I can already see some mangrove schooling up now. Kind of small. Hopefully we'll get some bigger ones. I'm just slowly letting it back, keeping it so there's no tension on it. But not overfeeding it either. If I get too far back, I'll just reel it up, try another drift. I want to match the hatch, match the chum that's blowing. We're about 7 miles into the Gulf. About
500 miles from Jacksonville.
yeah. And another mangrove snapper.
You see anything in the chum line besides mangrove? Or?
Not yet, but it's a little hard to. They've been kind of darker. It's hard to see real deep.
And you let it back any? Ooh.
Oh.
Fish on?
Yep.
Another little mangy.
There we go.
A mangy grove. That is a pinfish, isn't it?
Pinfish, yeah. Alright guys, this is a pinfish. This is a really nice bait. Got all these bad boys pinfish. But man, are they spiky. Spike.
Fish on that big one. Grab it.
Oh dang, that one's taking line.
You take it, Jeremy.
You got it.
Get me the sea cushion.
Keep it. Let's fish it. That's a live bait there, so it's probably going to be a good fish. You got a net ready just in case?
There you go.
I was joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bigger than you probably think he is. What is it, Jeremy? A big one.
Oh man.
Is that a mangrove or a mutton?
There we go. Oh, nice. Look at that. Mutton.
Unfortunately, it might be too small, but.
There we go, guys. There are indeed some big fish in this area.
Spit out the bait too.
Oh, he's hooked right in the lip. Perfect. Don't have to mess around trying to unhook them. This is on the weighted rig. See, there's my hook. And there's a little inline 3/4 ounce or ounce lure. Mutton snapper. You can tell by the dot. Alright guys, that was cool. Kayla caught a nice mutton snapper. Just a little shy, about 2 inches short. They gotta be 18. So we released that bad boy back, and we're gonna keep on fishing. See if maybe the bigger mangroves come up. That was actually on a live bait, a small grunt with a little weight, so it was down deep. So it's kind of neat. As we catch fish, we kind of accumulate the data and try to figure out what patterns I'm seeing. If the bigger ones are deep, further back, preferring live bait over dead bait, stuff like that. So starting to build that up now. Putting bait on, whether it be shrimp or squid or cut bait, depending on the fish. In this case with mangroves, generally use a smaller piece and try to hook it in there. Go in once, loop it around, hook it again, hook it in again. Basically, I want the hook, the tip of the hook exposed. I try to get a lot of the hook covered as best I can. So ideal. Yeah, something like that. You know, points exposed, but a lot of the hook is covered.
You still seeing those pinfish back there pretty good, or what?
These little ones are right here at the boat, right at the back. You can sight cast to them.
Oh! He was ripping it there for a minute, wasn't he? You break my line? The bites are slower with that cut bait, but usually they're bigger fish.
I think I got one on that.
You get no pinfish?
A little yellowtail.
Tiny yellowtail.
Dang. That's a bigger bait too.
Oh, fish on. There you go, reel him. You on there still?
Not that big. Nice.
Oh. Uh-huh. He was working on that little grunt there, wasn't he?
Dang.
Little.
Yeah, I am catching some tiny fish today, guys. trying to get farther past the small mangrove, and I guess I found the small yellowtail. I think what's happening is our boat's drifting because we're anchored in the wind. It's kind of swinging back and forth. That's on a wake, so it's on the bottom. It'll get settled and the boat will swing. It'll kind of look like it's bending, but you'll see the tip's not like bouncing back and forth like a fish is fighting it. It's just a slow hold and then drift back. Oh dang, wait.
What is it?
Like, looks like either remora or small cobia at the back of the boat.
Where's he at?
Like right at the motor. See right there?
Yeah.
What's that? I
I think there were more.
What's the other thing with them though?
Might have been a remora.
One definitely was.
Yeah, something was different with them.
Yeah, it looked different.
There's two of them there. I
No,
think,
but there was something else.
See 'em?
See it?
See 'em, like,
that one might be a
That is
cobia.
cobia.
Let me know when you see the cobia come up.
More going for.
You see the cobia back there?
More than right there. They're right there. The cobia's
deep.
deeper.
I'm gonna go down there. There he is right there.
I think I got one of those. Yep. There we go. Self-releasing. Hopefully that'll teach him to stay away so we can catch that cobia. Those of you who don't know, remora have that suction cup. They usually hang out with sharks. So there could be a big shark around.
What's their nickname? Tennis shoes.
Call them tennis shoes. Look like there's a tennis shoe on top of their head. The sole of a tennis shoe. They got soul.
Is he into something or what? Look at him. Oh, that big old skull. You see him?
Yeah.
So we try to valley hook them? What do you think?
We can. A lot of these spots, Atlantic and Gulf, put your bag out. You may get bait fish. You may get ballyhoo. Bait fish like pilchardage, pinfish, blue runner, stuff like that. Ballyhoo. Then of course what we hope is the mangrove and the yellowtail will fall up at the back of your boat.
You see him right up there, kind of to the angle. I know you got some. I see one flopping. I see one flopping. There's one flopping in the net.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of everything, didn't we? I see a ballyhoo. I see a couple pinfish. And a big fat pinfish too. Oh, man, that was a big school. We got a few of those, that would be good. Oh, a big old school.
Big net. It's a big, yeah, it's pretty heavy. So it's hard to throw it far. Probably my best furthest cast.
You get up here?
Yeah.
We got several that down there, man. That was a good cast. Get him out, Kayla. Oh, look at those big old horses.
Oh wow, those are good.
Yeah.
We're using those for some wahoo. Save what we catch, maybe some ballyhoo, wahoo, stuff like that.
Man, they're all sizes, but look at this one. Well, them wahoo would go nuts.
It's like I've already caught an 80-pound wahoo right there.
All the lines in?
Is that one out or in?
How long has a fish been on that one?
Kayla, you want it?
Go ahead. Right about here anyways.
Catfish. Or as we say in the business, crap fish.
Alright guys, we had a fun evening fishing. Didn't find the big mangroves we were hoping for, but caught a nice mutton, saw some cobia, and caught some ballyhoo. You know, anytime you can catch some bait, you know, it'll pay off on later trips. You know, try to make the most of your trip. Kind of like today, the chum we're using, I ground up myself. You know, back up north when I catch menhaden, all the extras I take home and either use for bait later on or grind into chum to attract fish. So we try to make use of everything, make the most of the opportunities we get. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, learned my kind of gear and setup, the line I use, and just generally how I fish for mangroves and yellowtail. If you guys got any other questions, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Real Hazardous.